welcome to Puzzle with Emilia, that's me, and I'm getting bored of doing the same puzzle brains again and again, and we all know it's important sometimes to spice it up a little bit, so let's try out something new today. I have these 3 puzzle brands that you may have not done or even heard about before, and I'm gonna test them all out today, and I'm pretty sure some of them will end up on your must-buy puzzle list. Mideer, Jigsaw Nation, and House of Puzzles. And I've chosen these brands for different reasons because I know we're all different, we all like different kind of puzzles. But let's get it started right away with this one. I'm so excited to show you this Mideer puzzle. And by the way, oh my god, how do I open this? Okay, so oh my god, this Mideer puzzle I just love so much. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. A secret here, I may have done these puzzles before, but I haven't been able to find them in many places. And I just absolutely love these. So this specific puzzle is from Alice and Jay, and they have puzzles from all type of artists from all around the world. They have different cultures presented, which I really love. Here you can see more of Alison's illustrations for this brand. And this is one of those companies where you can really kind of like see their values and mission. If you just have done their puzzle, you don't need to go to their website to get it. And what is this? I love this bag, by the way. This looks like I can use this for the rest of my life. But yeah, I'm a bit confused here. Let's take a look at the pieces. Okay, so these pieces are actually like really hard. It's hard to explain this feeling, but they were like really hard plastic, I guess. And yeah, you can definitely see which side is what, that's for sure. And you can already see those little funkiness of those pieces, but let's get them all out. Yeah, the company values are kind of like they want to create educational puzzles and artistic puzzles for kids. That's why because of the art side, I really also think these are very suitable for adults. And yeah, that's definitely something I really love about this. And you know, even though they're meant for kids, you need to have that curiosity of a kid for the rest of your life if you want to live a happy life. And okay, I have to show you exactly how sharp these are. Like, I cannot explain this, so I'm just gonna show it. Yeah, you can see that. It's not gonna stick, so it's fine. But yeah, that's the type of pieces we're gonna be working with today. I hope you love it. Okay, let's get ready for the fun. And I'm also gonna take time. And if I don't like my time, I'm gonna blame it on that extra 30 pieces that we have. Should I just have pictures everywhere? You know, when you lose a piece, it's always either on top of the puzzle, it's on the floor, or it's inside of the bag, like in this case. Oh no, oh my god. Okay, I actually really like this puzzle. You can see it's more like a panorama thing going on over here. And my time was like hour and 11, which is fine, I guess. To be honest, out of all of these three puzzles here, I think that this may have been the one that is actually the slowest. So what is actually going to happen here, we're going to do this one next, and then this is what I assume to be the fastest one, so this is going to be the last. I would even aim for like 40 something for that one. I do have more of these Mideer puzzles, so yeah, not a liar, but this wasn't actually my exact first time doing this brand, but I just haven't been able to find it from elsewhere. Those are not Mideer, but these are. So these are actually very beautiful. Look at this one. Beautiful, beautiful image. The pieces are pretty much the same. So they're all those kind of like a hard pieces. This one, very beautiful. This is actually more this way. And then we have this one. This is not the last, second last. Hold on, this one. I love this a little bit, almost like a Christmas vibe. Yeah, this one. And then we have one more over here in my messy desk. This one. You can also see they have a very much different piece count, which I really like. But yeah. So if you didn't scream for this specific image, there is much more to explore, but yeah, let's go. I'm pretty sure this is one of those puzzle brands that most of you have not heard about. This is Jigsaw Nation. This is brand from India, and they use also local artists. I think everything is local from India with this puzzle, from manufacturer to everything. It's a really good quality. You can see it when you see the box. You can see it when you feel these puzzle pieces. Everything about this is just screaming quality to me, and I was so happy when I got this from a puzzle friend in the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship this year. I do feel like we have a lot of like puzzles that present like different cultures, and you know, you sometimes even have a little bit of like a traveling fever doing puzzles. But to be honest, I've never even been to India, so that's why I asked actually somebody else to tell a little bit more about this puzzle and this brand, because I don't want it to come like from my Western bubble perspective. I feel like it's almost like the same thing that if there was a Moomin puzzle, I feel like I have much more in depth with that because I grew up watching Moomins. Moomins is a Finnish thing. You know, everybody has their Moomin mugs. Like, it's even hard concept to explain to people living outside of Finland. So yeah, let's start doing this and hear it from actually somebody who can explain a little bit more in depth about this beautiful puzzle.
Hi, my name's Asma, and you might know me as Playful Pursuits on Instagram. I met Amelia at Worlds this year, and I was able to exchange a puzzle with her, which was this one, which is Jigsaw Nation's Kite Market by Chaya Prabhat. As far as Jigsaw Nation is concerned, it's one of my favorite brands out of India. And there are a couple of reasons for that. One is that I really like their art and their choice of art. The second thing is I like how involved they are in the production process and their attention to detail. And the third thing that I like is that they have something that suits everybody, which means that like they have a whole range of sizes and kinds of art and kinds of piece counts. So all of that stuff really, works really well together. So for example, specifically this puzzle, it's evocative of childhood. It's evocative of there's this festival in India which is really centered around kites and competitive kite flying. So looking at this, you kind of get all of those vibes, and of course there's a cat, so why wouldn't you love it? They also have, really wide range of art, because right from contemporary artists like Chaya to collaborations with the Indian Space Research Organization, which is great for space buffs, to something that's like really typically Indian when you look at it. So this, for example, this image in this puzzle is of the autos, which we like know and love slash hate when we need to deal with them on a daily basis. So that's like an Indian mode of transport, and anyone who looks at that will have a very strong sense of it's very relatable. And then they have a series which is of different cities, so all of the stuff that will make you think of that city, and it's very typical characteristics. And then from there you have other stuff like this this is from a comic called Tinkle, which we used to read when we were growing up, so it really brings you back to your childhood, and I love that. Right from there to well-regarded artists like Mario Miranda, and this is something I think that was created in 2000, so it's not just contemporary art but also art from India's past. And from there, if you think about the other stuff they do, it's the amount of time they spend on getting the die cut right, making sure that the pieces make sense. They're all puzzlers themselves, so you can see that in the way that when you're doing the puzzle, what your experience is like. That is something that matters a lot to me, because it takes a puzzler to know what a puzzler likes, right? And the other thing is that because they are so involved in the process, they curate interesting puzzles, and that goes even as far as the smaller puzzles that they have are concerned. They have 1,000 pieces, 500 pieces, and then they go into different shapes. They have circular puzzles in different piece counts, and they have, like this for example is a smaller piece count puzzle, but like the pieces are normal size. And then they also have mini puzzles, but these aren't your regular minis. They do matchbox puzzles. So these are 2 of their matchboxes. So it's like designed as a matchbox, so you kind of like push it out from here and then it comes out in a tray, and it's really cool. And these are based on images that we've seen growing up on matchboxes in India. And the reason this collection exists is because one of the guys who runs the brand is actually a matchbox collector, and he really liked the art. And then because they get to decide what they're putting on their puzzles, they put out this whole really cool collection. And the experience is really fun and interesting and very unique, and I really like that, because it's not your average like cutesy images. There's a lot of thought that's put into deciding what's going to go on a puzzle, and I like that a lot. And they're also like great like people within the Indian puzzle scene. They're a like super cool brand that is always behind the community. They want to support the community, and as someone who's trying to grow the community in India, I really appreciate that. They've been super supportive. I love that. So at the end of the day, Jigsaw Nation like makes me feel a little like a kid again. I get to experience stuff from my childhood or stuff that I experienced growing up, and I get to revisit that, and that's something I really enjoy. So that's why Jigsaw Nation made sense to bring to worlds and like have other people experience what we enjoy about these puzzles.
Haha, under 50 minutes. That is telling good things for the last puzzle, because that I'm gonna do the fastest, I'm sure. Yeah, love this puzzle. This has also a similar thing with the previous one, because that you cannot even lift it a little bit. The pieces are loose. Also in this one, so I was so excited to actually do the not pick up challenge, but like throw it and flip it challenge. Not gonna have it with this puzzle either, but maybe with the last one. Oh no, now I broke it. No! Okay, let me put this back together so I can actually show you a little bit more detail, these clips. Yes, loose pieces. Otherwise, I really love the style and everything. Really matches the box as well. So here you can see all the beautiful details. I was working a lot with the patterns, like you can just see the difference between them. I love this. This is a very challenging puzzle, but also like it keeps going places. So yeah, And here it says, yeah, Jigsaw Nation, Kite Market is the name. And we have the name of the artist here as well. Okay, let me put this back together, and then I think, because I just want to keep this here, I want to show it to my husband, so I'm gonna do the last puzzle, which I have absolutely no idea where is it anymore, but I'm gonna do it on my kitchen counter. One more puzzle, House of Puzzles, exactly, tapes. Let me grab some tools. This is, by the way, a good tip for those who don't know, but a pen. You don't need a knife, you don't need scissors. Magic trick, it's open. But yeah, House of Puzzles, this is called Keeper's Cottage by Keith Stapleton. Such a traditional name, I would say. This is the first bag that is not actually plastic. Maybe, I think. And we can also use the pen to open this. Look, another magic trick. This one I feel like I kind of bought with the speed puzzling in mind. So casual puzzlers, you will love this one. Speed puzzlers, pay attention, this might be good for practice. And big poster, cute picture. We're probably gonna start with that red. Yeah, and what is this? I was actually hoping more information about the artist, but this seems to be just more puzzle images and not even from the same artist, but okay, cool. But yeah, I said I'm gonna do this in the kitchen counter, so yeah, let's not take this out of this box because interesting feel, by the way, like a soft velvet, I guess. Okay, well, yeah. Let's move ourselves to the kitchen counter, so this is so interesting. Okay, yeah. It looks a bit funky, by the way, but not too much, no. Okay, actually, no, this is even funkier. Let's see, they don't look all funky though, but yeah, let's go. Okay, so before I go grab the last puzzle, I just wanted to show you like why I chose that. Because I would say that my favorite Ravensburger puzzles are always from the UK catalog, which are actually not that available always. But I really love this kind of like image style that they have, which almost have like this countryside, a little bit like a painting-ish. And somebody I think called this like a muddy, which is an interesting word. I don't think that's the right word, but I can definitely understand that. So yeah, but I don't want to do Ravensburger all the time. So then another UK brand actually that has similar images, I guess they just sell really well there, is Gibson's, which I also like. I have more of them that I got mostly from UJJs. But the thing is that they have a little bit of a, quality issue. I wouldn't say quality issue, but you never know which quality you're going to get. And also they're like very basic. At least we already saw that this puzzle actually had a little bit different kind of pieces. So I'm very interested to see if this could be a good replacement for all these Ravensburgers and Gibsons just to do images like that. So yeah, let's go grab it and let's do it. This did not go at all as I planned, so I had to add my own reaction video on the side. So yeah, I thought honestly this would be the easiest puzzle just by the image, but the pieces that I showed you earlier, they are actually even more funkier than I expected. So kind of like, even if it's almost like a regular looking piece, the side compared to the next piece next to it, the sides are not like the same length. And yeah, you can kind of like see what's going on. I almost look like I started doing this as almost like as a square puzzle or like almost like a vertical puzzle. And this is so cringe. Like I just put so many pieces in the middle, and you can see I cannot like do anything with them, and then I just leave them there. It's almost looking like a huge mess in the middle. Like they're not even like in the right, like this still looks like I'm doing like a vertical puzzle. Like oh my god, look at it. It's a vertical puzzle I'm trying to do, so the things are not even in the right place. And I should have just removed those pieces from there ASAP. And to be honest, believe me, this is just going to go worse. And it's insane because if we think about the previous puzzle and then like the images, I cannot be the only one, right? Like I'm not, you also think this, right? That this is like much easier, right? And like, you know, I had those like leftover edge. I don't even know why I didn't. Like, I feel like at this point I was obviously so stuck. I should have just started doing the edges. But like you can see, I had the edges on my right side as usual, and I somehow piled up there like a huge chunk of those yellow pieces, like, which makes kind of sense because I do know they go there. But like, look how messed up it is with my edges. And like, what? This is probably like where I assumed that I would be like very close, like finishing this 40 something. But yeah, that's not gonna happen. And at least finally the puzzle is actually starting to look like a horizontal puzzle that it's supposed to be. Like it is not that hard to put the pieces in the right places, but apparently it is. And yeah, wow, this is actually just very interesting. And this is exactly what I said. I really think that speed puzzlers should try different kind of brains. So now I'm talking directly to those who compete and do puzzles against time. You have to try out different kind of puzzle brains and like these random pieces, because there are so many things you do automatically. When you get better and faster, you do so many things automatically because you're getting better, so you don't actually actively think about a lot of things, you just do them well. Also, you may have some automatic bad habits, but that's another conversation. So then when you're given something different, whether it's the feel of the pieces, the shape, you're like, everything goes to like shit. Sorry for that word, but like, yeah, oh my god. Well, this was definitely not the fastest puzzle, but yeah, let's see actually what's the difference between all these puzzles when we get this horrible thing done. I have to backtrack on some of my previous statements for sure. Oh my god. So that kind of puzzle, I'm shaking a little bit. Yeah, I have nothing to comment about this. But one thing I can say for sure, this we can lift, so we can compare all the puzzles in the same place. I mean, it's a really pretty picture. But like, look at these pieces. Like, these are just like, they are going places. Like, I did not see this. I did not see this coming. No. Wow, this was a surprise of all these puzzles. I did not expect this. This is so pretty though. But like, not what I expected. No, absolutely not. Time for the final review. As you can see, I did this puzzle first and it's impossible to lift even a little bit without breaking it, so that's why it's in pieces, or at least in the middle part. This one had literally the cutest little like special pieces for sure. I think I didn't show them enough earlier, but these are like super cute. And yeah, also because I love boxes, if you didn't know, I wanted to review the boxes. Actually, all of the boxes are small. I hate big boxes. I would say this is definitely the winner. Just, you know, I just like the design. I like everything about it. Okay, I can't get it. Okay, if I would need to give a review on which box is the hardest to open, this would definitely be the winner of that. Oh my god. Brute force. This box is kind of like a basic. So there is nothing bad about it, there is nothing special about it, I would say. This is the only puzzle that you cannot do by looking at the box. They do have, so you must have used their poster that looks like this. I find it a bit of annoying because it's like, it's hard to get it straight. Whereas this one had a small poster inside, and this one also had, this poster I don't also like. I'm getting really messy here because I think it's just too big. So I don't know where would I put this, like it takes too much space. So to me this is a little bit useless. The bags inside, so this is from the Jigsaw Nation. So this is, I really like about this bag, not because it's plastic. You could see the plastic is not a good thing. I don't really know in the end which makes the most sense, because this is after all reusable. So I can use this, it closes nicely. So I think this is a really nice bag. This one was also from Mideer. Very nice bag. I had a little bit of issue, the puzzle pieces getting stuck in there, but that's such a minor thing. It's much more thicker, so I would like also feel confident that even without this box, let's say it's too hard to open, we're done with it, I could just put the pieces here and I could put this in the storage and I would feel pretty safe that they're gonna be just fine. Also it folds quite nicely. And then we had more like, I actually have a feeling this may have a little bit of plastic, like it's not plastic, but you know, sometimes there is this like a material that feels like this, but may have still plastic. This probably goes to trash for me because I just don't, I know people who are really good and environment friendly and they even use like Ravensburger bags, like reuse them, and they just use tape. So I could basically do this, but yeah. This is definitely not my favorite of the bags. More about the pieces. So this is the most like standard, regular, normal pieces that you had. These are hard ones. This is the most standard one. These have this soft velvet touch. And these pieces, it looks like with a quick look, you're like, oh, okay, there's a couple random pieces and otherwise it looks normal. It's absolutely not. So this was the most challenge for me, definitely. And I would still say that this was my favorite. This was kind of my favorite because it was the fastest, and you know that makes you a little bit biased. This one I also love, but I actually do like the Mideer more like when you do casual puzzling. I think these all work for doing just casual or even speed, so you could definitely still speed all of these options. But yeah. These pieces will do this. This is also like, this is like, these are regular pieces. They're a little bit more softer, more like round than like really sharp with the shape. But this is also like a little bit looser. I would say almost like the current Ravensburger quality. So I would not like do a pickup. I could do a pickup challenge with this. Okay, this is working much better than earlier. Okay, I would not do a flip it challenge with that, but that's what we're gonna do with this one. Let me know what was your favorite, if you have heard about these puzzles before, in the comments. And let's try as a very last challenge. I'm gonna try to flip this puzzle. Okay, so here's the challenge. You have to throw it, flip it, and catch it again. And this is already breaking. This is already breaking. I mean, it's not bad. See you next time. Bye bye.